Interesting stuff from Corriere dello Sport, who have apparently got a copy of UEFA's agenda regarding the resumption of the Champions League. And I tell you what, if this goes ahead, it'll be 22 days of wonder, all to start August 7th and the 8th. That's when you'll see the second legs of those round of 16 ties. Then we're going to have the quarter-final, semi-final, and eventually be the final in Istanbul on the 29th of August. Now, just a reminder of the odds, looking at who are the favourites going into this conversation. Manchester City, of course, up against Real Madrid, 11-4 at the moment favourites. Bayern very much in control of their tie against Chelsea at 3s, PSG's at 4s, Barca at 7-1, Atletico Madrid, meanwhile, 12-1 after knocking out Liverpool. Well, let's welcome Jules and Robbo into the conversation. And I know, boys, so much depends on everything that will happen regarding whether or not this will actually take place. But let's just say, for conversation's sake, that it does actually all get prepared in the way in which that this leaked document suggests it will. Rob, I'll start with you. Who's the favourites?
I wouldn't go against the bookmakers. I would say that Manchester City, we still don't know about what their form is going to be like when they restart. You know, there's no form guide at the moment. But in terms of the quality of their players, they should have everybody fit. They should go through. They were excellent against Real Madrid in that first leg. They should win the second leg. And I think they should be favourites. The team that I'm surprised that aren't higher up that list are Juventus at 14-1. Yes, they lost to Lyon, but I think they'll overcome that and win the second leg and get through to the next round. And I'm surprised that they're such long odds. I think Juventus still have a chance. They're not the favourites, but still have a chance.
What have you seen, though, from Juventus before the break that makes you think they do have a chance up against a Manchester City or indeed a Bayern Munich, Robbo?
I think on the big games, they've played well. When they played against Inter twice, Inter have pushed them all the way, or were pushing them all the way. Against Lazio, Juventus, they lost that game. But in the very big games, I think they've just come to that next level. They've started to play the way that Sarri wants them to play. We're still not seeing the best of the front players, and that's why they've been looking at one or two other players for the future. But I still think on their day, they've got quality players, they've got the ability to know how to win games, and they've still got a chance of not maybe winning it, but certainly getting to the final and the semi-final.
How many big games have they played, though, Robbie? Realistically, you mentioned Inter Milan, yeah, but they played Lazio, they lost against them. I don't quite know where you're finding this hope for Juventus from.
I still think they've got excellent players. I think they've got a manager that hasn't quite found his way. But if they can get it all together, I think they're a better side than Atletico Madrid, who are higher up. I think they're probably a better side than PSG. PSG have been in and out at times over the last 2 or 3 years. I don't trust them in the very big games. So I still think that Juventus, at 14-1, are outsiders.
Right then, PSG TV's Julien with us as well. Robbo says that Juve are a better side than yours. Jules?
Yeah, I think he's right. I think a team with Cristiano Ronaldo in it has to be one of the favourites to win the Champions League. By himself, he can probably win the Champions League as well for his club. So I can see why Robo is quite positive about Juve's chances. I would agree with you in the sense.
Where's this coming from? Where has everyone suddenly got all this hope for
No,
Juventus
let me
from?
finish. You interrupted me. You interrupted me.
Cristiano Ronaldo can lead them to win the whole thing. Come on.
Listen, you interrupted me when I was actually going to say, but I see your point and I agree with you in the sense that there hasn't been even one very, very convincing performance. I still think that collectively they're not as good as they were even last season, and that Sarri is not working so far. Whatever he's trying to do is not working, and there's been so many issues between him and the dressing room of him saying like, well, they don't understand what I want them to do, or this is not good enough, or there's not enough energy, there's not enough this, there's not enough that I just don't think they can go and win it. However, if you do have Cristiano in your team, anything is possible with Cristiano in your team. I just don't think that, for me, I would name them as the top favourite. I still think Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and even PSG will be ahead of them in the in this matter. But I can see why with Ronaldo in their team, anything is possible.
Who would you swap then for Ronaldo for PSG, Jules? Mbappe or Neymar?
Oh, that's unfair. You can't. Where is that coming from? That was not even planned in the script by producer Pete. I wouldn't swap anyone.
When have we ever had a
Neither of
script
them
for the
choose
show?
Ronaldo. Ronaldo can stay in Madeira. Ronaldo can stay in Madeira with the whole family and having a great time there. And then I keep Neymar and Mbappe.
But you just said with Cristiano Ronaldo, you can never write a team off. They can go all the way. So surely you want him in your team.
I know, but you're asking me to then swap with Neymar and Mbappe. Do you know what? If I had to choose, then I would swap Cristiano with Neymar, exactly, Robo, and I would hope for one season that Cristiano is at the top. I won't want him to do any defending, just focusing on scoring and his partnership with Mbappe up front. I would have Verratti just feeding him the ball every single time and hope that he can carry the whole team all the way.
Robbo?
Well, I agree. If you were talking about who would you'd swap Neymar. I've never been a firm favourite of a fan of Neymar. I think he's in and out of games. I think he causes one or two problems in the dressing room. The fans didn't like him for a little while at PSG because he didn't show them the faith that they deserved. So I would go with Ronaldo as a better player than Neymar. Mbappe and Ronaldo would be a great partnership. The pace of Mbappe, the strength that he can run down the side of defenders, he can create all the opportunities. And Ronaldo is now just a very, very good finisher, the best finisher there is.
Why are you both writing off Bayern Munich? Robbo?
We're not writing off Bayern Munich. We just didn't mention him. Bayern Munich, in that game against Chelsea, were excellent, and they've come to the fore in the Bundesliga. They've started to find their form. The change of manager's done them the world of good. They look a much better side. I think they're certainly one of the favourites. I'm not sure they're going to be quite good enough to win it. Manchester City are a better side, and I think PSG would challenge them, and Juventus would challenge them.
Where's the weakness for you for Bayern, Jules?
It's a tough one because I was going to say for me they are my favourite. I was at the game at Chelsea. They were so impressive, albeit against a young and experienced side if you want. But by the time those games will be played in August, potentially, they will have also some players injured right now who will be back. They will have maybe the strongest defence if they want to, although the current one has worked quite well with Alphonso Davies at left back. I still think in Thiago and Kimmich in midfield, they've got an outstanding double pivot of defensive midfielders, and then with Lewandowski as a number 9, he's the best number 9 that is, as in centre forward, that is right now. So I can still them going really far. They might need a bit of luck there and there. Nancy Flick is a bit lacking experience, I guess, of those kind of games, but he's learned very quickly so far what the number 1 job at Bayern Munich is, and I would be really, really positive about them going very far in the competition.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.